Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter gets started millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not use the tarot. I use God and cousins in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but it does not stop showing man of God. It ain't gonna stop me. It ain't gonna stop me. All right, y'all. Okay. Hold on. Okay, let's get into it. So I am going to go to my favorite deck, even though the book is horrible. So please just work with me. But I do love these cards, and they actually called out to me this morning. So let's start it. Angel number 49. Guys, if you're interested in working with me, please go ahead and check out that information down below. I have redid my website. My are going to remain open. It'll just have like limiting bookings per day. Also, if you like this video or if anything touched you in this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up so that we can spread the message and we can help bring heaven on earth a little bit quicker. All right, y'all, let's do it. Let's see, one more show. What do we need to know, God? What do you want us to know? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. What do you deem worthy to hear for our life? For us to do magic in public? Or just to help bring heaven on earth? And dear God, name I pray, I shall be there. All right. Okay. Very funny. Gaga has jokes. So, number 150. The two cards that came out is ideation and arrest. And so, it's very funny that these two cards came out because ideation is all about like generating ideas, and like sometimes you may even think about when you think about generating ideas, you may think about like you may think about like activities and like doing a lot of things. But with this message of rest coming out, I really genuinely feel like God is actually asking us to have more rest. I think a lot of times we just go and we ask God for things, but we don't ever slow down to hear the blessing or to even get that idea. And so one time I did a tarot, I did a class, and the way that I started the class was I was like telling my students to like visualize. As a matter of fact, we'll do this right now. I want you to visualize a hamster on a wheel, right? And just, see that hamster going around and around in that wheel. And I want you to think about, what if you never allow that hamster to get off the wheel, right? And it just keeps going around and 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 around, right? That is what your mind is like when you never take rest. That is what your mind is like when you don't meditate. That is what your mind is like when you don't just like chill, when you just are constantly go. You're like that hamster on that wheel, and then eventually if you don't stop like that, you will just end up passing out on the damn wheel. Also, I feel like a lot of you guys have been asking God, well, give me a sign, let me know what's going on. And again, I want you to literally picture a body of water, right? And I want you to picture that body of water just moving in waves, like a wave pool, around and around and around and around. Or maybe it's like this, right? Now, if you see that, if you ask God for anything, and this is constantly going like this, this is your mind, this is your light, when would you ever be able to hear the blessing? When would you ever be able to hear God? You won't, because it's just constantly up and down, up and down, up and down. And so I really feel like what God is saying is that this year, and maybe just, this year, I just really want you to just take a lot of time for rest. I want you to, when you're asking God for something, or when you're seeking an answer, especially when you're praying for something, I want you to make sure that you're also taking time to sit and listen for that answer. And I always tell y'all, like, meditation, I'm not going to be the girl that's going to be like, I'm not going to be able to do it because I'm too active. Like, I won't be able to do that, but I can do a yoga flow, and I'll extend it to where at the end I'm quiet, or I'll go on a walk with my dog. And even though I have my headphones on, I don't have anything on. I'm just in my element. 9 times out of 10, I'm in my head, which I know I need to get out of my head. But I say that to say, like, you have to take time for pause. Like, also, even with like the age that we're living in, there's nothing but a constant flow of information. And so if you're just constantly in this flow of receiving information, how would you ever know what's the right information? When will you ever be able to decipher between the endless stream of information and then divine insight? So this is just God telling us that we need to slow down so that we can actually hear the blessings and hear what he's trying to get to us. And sometimes, I'm going to keep stressing because I know like I'm a very active person. Like my mind is very active and it's hard. Like I'm going to be honest, like meditating is hard, but I live and die by sleep hypnosis tracks. I cannot stress enough the importance of yoga. Like it really helps you get out of your head and into your body. Like your intuition is in your body. It's not in your head. Like, and this is also what God's trying to get you to understand. If you don't ever take time to rest and your body is constantly on a go, when you are getting those intuitive hits, you're not going to be able to receive it because your body is tired. Like your body could be trying to process this information, but it can't get it to you because you have it doing all of these other, unnecessary things. So this year, just make sure that you're taking the time for pause. Make sure that you're taking the time for rest. And if you're somebody who struggles with, somebody who just struggles with sitting and meditating, like when you're washing your dishes, like put on some jazz music or just put on some calm music and just like be there. That's a form of meditation. Wash your dishes, listen to the music. I bet you 9 times out of 10, something may come to you. Or like even like say for example, if you're somebody who you like to go, like I like movement. I do like being active. If you're active 6 days out of the week, on your 7th day, I don't give a fuck if it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rest. Like force yourself to not do anything. Like say for example, like I have a really busy weekend ahead of me, but on Friday, matter of fact, Sunday, after I do my reading at 12 o'clock, I'm not doing a goddamn thing. Like I'm going to force myself not to do anything. And so to make sure that I don't do anything, that means I may have to go grocery shopping on Saturday after I finish doing, whatever I'm doing. It's like you have to set up your life so that you can hear your divine information. And I want to let you know, like, I am somebody, I told you I'm super active. I don't like slowing down, but every time I force myself to take that day, by the end of the day, shit is like streaming out of me, ideas, all of this stuff. And it's because like I take that time to like allow my mind to rest and look at something playful. And then all of these ideas can regenerate. And the other thing that I wanted to say for somebody who has a super active mind, journaling, morning pages. I can't tell you how many times I started off my journal, or I started off my morning like complaining, talking shit about people for like half of the thing, or like complaining about something that's going on. And then by the end of it, magically a solution arrives. And so just trying to find different ways to have rest, find different ways to calm your mind so that you can get this divine insight that you want and you need. All right, so let's go to the book. That was all just channeled. Angel number 857. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Disruption. And this message is coming up because God is like, your life, you're too busy and you're feeling like God is not listening to you. But the truth is, you ain't listening to God. Like, that's the crazy part. We always like, God, you don't care about me. You ain't listening to me. And he just like, oh, goddamn, I done gave you that idea 5,000 times. You talked yourself out of it. I told you to go here. You told yourself you was too tired. Like, I'm tired. Your spirit team is like, bitch, no, I'm tired. Like, I'm over it. I'm over you. Shit, you not listening to us. Okay, here we go. All right, ideation. This is the only thing I don't like about this deck because it is so fucked up. Like, it's so fucked up, y'all. It's so fucked up. Like, look at this. I have to, like, this is crazy. Like, they have to make this book better. I love these cards, but this book, no bueno. Okay, cha. What is this? What the fuck? Oh my god, this is so ghetto. This is so ghetto. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. What the fuck? Why is this like this? This is ridiculous, honestly. Okay, so where is... It gotta be somewhere. God, this shit ain't even in order no more, child. It ain't even in order no more. So where is... Okay. Yeah, I'm so weird. Okay, so here's rest. Let's do rest. At least I found this one. Rest is essential for all beings. This card symbolizes the need for a little extra downtime to recharge. By giving yourself and your body the rest you need, you'll conserve the energy to achieve your goals with clarity and purpose. Everything I just said. Okay. So what is pink? Maybe this is not a pink card. Maybe it's a orange card. Yeah. This is crazy. I feel like candy. This is crazy. Alright, I'm about to give up. I guess I gotta stop using this deck because this is not cool. Found it. I remember 1220. I'm sorry. This card is all about the growth of ideas and projects in your life. Now is the time to focus on creating a safe space for creative endeavors. This moment is just for you and your project. Let your ideas grow while you nurture and care for them. Enjoy this special time. And so, yeah, God is telling you you need to take some time out to rest so that you can be able to properly plan your next moves. You can plan them with ease, not being so stressed and worried. So that is the message. Let's get us a tool. Angel number 1303. All right, God. Why is it so important for us to rest, God? Clarify this message of ideation and rest. Why is it so important for us to rest? Clarify this message of ideation and rest. Why is it so important for us to rest? Ideation and rest. Yeah, I figured. All right. I love it. Ah! I love when God do this. Angel number 1347. Okay. I want to harmonize with my desires. This is for ideation. Anytime you feel a negative emotion, stop and say something is important here. Otherwise, I would not be feeling the negative emotion. What is it that I want? And then simply turn your attention to what you do want. In that moment, you turn your attention, you stop the negative attraction. The negative attraction will stop. And the moment the negative attraction stops, the positive attraction will begin. And in that moment, your feelings will change from not feeling good to feeling good. That is the process of pivoting. So this card is talking about the process of pivoting along with rest. And so literally in this card, what it says is, in the moment you turn your attention to what you do want. So this is what God is telling us. We're tired, we're overworked, we're depressed. And instead of pushing forward, which is what, America and what life has taught us, what God is saying is that you need to stop. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this negative emotion? Because you're feeling this negative emotion for a reason. getting the information that your body is telling you. Once you have that information, then turn your attention to what you do want. And what God is saying, don't just rush and go do something. What he's doing is saying, as you're resting, focus on what you do want. And when you're focusing on what you do want and not on what you don't want, and you're not focusing on the depression, but instead you're taking rest, you're doing things you love, you're eating comforting food, maybe you're watching those comforting movies, you're watching those TV shows you're just having fun. And guess what? The positive attraction is going to start. So what God is saying is, for a lot of us, when we're in these deep depressions, what he's saying is stop doing whatever you're doing and just go have fun. Take a rest, take a break, stop pushing yourself. And when you do that, in that moment, you're pivoting. You're turning your attention from the negative and you're going to the positive. This is why God is saying rest and having fun is so important. For this card of rest, what came out is, my financial success does not require hard work. If you believe that you must work hard in order to deserve money, then money cannot come to you unless you work hard. Again, I really feel like this message is, these last couple of few messages that I've been doing, it has been all about God is telling us to ignore the outside world, ignore what everybody has been doing, angel number 1614, and instead go within. Instead, do the opposite. When people say, oh, just keep going, just keep pushing yourself. No, if something isn't working, if you've been doing something for a long time and it has not been working out for you, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So what you need to do is to stop. Okay, I'm not gonna get worked up, but this is what frustrates me about the Black community. There's so many things that we have been doing over and over, being with people just for money, going for jobs just for money, all of this stuff about money. As a society, not even Black people, as a society, we have been so focused on money when everything, literally, people are killing themselves in their dream career, in their dream life. So it lets you know it's not about the fucking money. It's not about money. It's about getting clear on who you are. And you can't get clear on who you are if you never take a break to figure out what the fuck is going on, who you are. A lot of us, I remember a couple of years ago, I did this coffee, it's like a coffee meetup I had did. And I was explaining to them, if you don't ever take a pause in your life, you would think that shit is just happening to you, or you would just think you a fucked up person. But the truth is, you may be dealing with shit from your childhood, or it's just I'm not going to go down that. I'm not going to go down that road. I am going to say this one thing. Yesterday I was watching Abbott Elementary, and Janine was talking about how, she had these two girls in her class and she kept trying to put these two girls together. And she was just like, I just don't like conflict. I just don't like when people don't get together. And she kept trying to force the issue in these girls, and it just kept getting worse. And so she finally sat down and she started to talk to Barbara, and Barbara was like, well, why do you not, why don't you like conflict? You do realize some people just don't like people. And so then Janine began to sit back and think about it and reflect on her life and realize because my mom and my sister, they used to always get into it. They used to put me in the middle of it, and I just wanted it to stop. And so that developed into this trauma response of whenever she see conflict, her immediate response is to go into people mode. Her immediate response is to, everybody has to get along. Even if this person may be treating me bad, even if this person is making me uncomfortable, I need to make this situation okay, because that is her response from childhood. And the reason why I point this out is because there are things, even your toxic relationship, it's so much shit that is going on in your life, and it could be easily identified if you would just reflect on it and realize oh shit, this is something that happens from my childhood. Last example. I realized that every time I get into these group settings, and I realized that when I went into my writers group, I immediately go into people pleaser mode. I immediately become this shell version of myself. And I'm participating in this Mercury retrograde group, and it came up and I talked about it, and she was like, well, can you figure out why is that happening, or what's the root to that? Angel number 1941. And I realized the root of that is because I was born as the only girl. I was born in a very weird time. I was born the only girl on my mom's side. So I was the youngest and the only girl on my mom's side. And then on my dad's side, I was the youngest girl. And so I was constantly in this place where the boys didn't want to play with me. My older cousins didn't want to play with me. And so whenever I would get around these people, I got into my people pleaser mode. Like, oh my God, please just play with me. And when I really digged in and I really thought back while I thought about it, I felt like all this frustration come up, all of this desperation come up. And immediately I realized that was the exact same energy I have every time I enter into these group settings. And so now that I am aware of that, when I go into group settings, now I have this conscious thing in my mind that I am in this room for a reason. I come into this group as a reason. I come into this as my full self. And so now I have to be conscious of not shrinking when I'm in group settings. And so this is the reason why it's so important for you to like pause and to really think about your life and really think about like, well, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, you need to do this so that you can actually hear divine insight, but you also need to do this to like rewire and to like really tell yourself like what's going on. Last thing, and I promise I'm gonna pull something else. I was like literally, and matter of fact, you'll see it here. Go back. It's like videos. Maybe when I first started on here, I used to constantly say, damn, what was I talking about? I lost it. It must not have been meant for me to talk about it. Okay. Let me finish this. Financial success or any kind of other success does not require hard work. It does require alignment of thought, and you simply cannot offer negative thoughts about the things you desire and then make up for it in hard work. And so it goes back to this thing about harmonizing with what you believe is good and learning that process of pivoting. And so this is what God is saying. A lot of you guys, you want the blessing from God, you believe in God, you want this to come in, but then at the same time, what you're focusing on is all the stuff that went bad, all the ways that God had let you down, and you're pushing yourself, but you're still like pushing and working towards it. And what I want to tell you is that you can't lie to the universe. Angel number 2214, like you can't lie to the universe. You can't lie to God. You're going to get what you think about no matter what, like whether you believe it or not, whether you think you pull up this video and your boyfriend look over your shoulder like that girl full of shit. I don't give a fuck. You're going to get what you think about whether you believe it or not. And the evidence of whether your life has been going on the right track or whether you think you've been moving along is look at what's been happening in your life. And the reason why I can get on here and I can talk my shit and I can be so confident is because the evidence of what's happening in my life is showing that I'm changing. It's showing that I'm moving up the vibrational totem pole. And it's because of all of these tools, all of these things I have in place. I'll make sure I put my you are not your thoughts. I'm gonna make sure I put that down here. But it's because I had to get out of my mind. I had to stop self-sabotaging. I had to stop being in my past. And actually, like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. When I got into it with my ex one time, and he said, "You live in the fucking past," or he said, like, whenever somebody say some fucked up shit to me, I remember when me and this girl, you know, she called herself being my friend. And I lost my job and she got mad at me because I said I couldn't go on a cabin trip because I needed to prepare for a job interview because I was unemployed. Anyways, she told me, "You'll never finish what you start." Do you know, I think the sole reason why I am like so dead set on getting my book published is because she told me I never finish what I start. And then I had my ex say the same thing on like Thanksgiving last year. "You live in the fucking past." And so I say these things to say that, yeah, it's a fucked up thing that this person could say. But when I actually take it in, actually sit with it, I realize, like, you know what? I do kind of bring up the past a lot. I do kind of always revert back to that. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to live in the past no more. Yeah, I may not be back with you, but I don't want to live in the past no more. How can I make sure that moving forward, I'm not in this energy of my past? I'm conscious of it now. I'm aware of it now. When I find myself saying that story of that, I'm like, oh, wait, that's the story from the past. But it only happened because I took that time to pause, think about it, and then keep going, okay? All right, y'all, I'm gonna wrap that on up. Did I finish this? You simply cannot offer a negative thought about things you desire and then work hard to make up for it. When you learn to direct your own thoughts, you will discover the true leverage of the energies of the world. And that's what I'm all about this year. This year is all about like really trying to like put some shit into action, really trying to realize that I don't have to work so hard, realize that I don't have to do so much, trusting the universe, taking engine number 25, taking those intuitive actions. I'm gonna be honest, I did my new moon circle random. I literally was sitting here doing work and someone told me to start typing it up and I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then my mind, you know, it of course was like, oh girl, how you just gonna do this? How you just gonna, you gonna charge people? You gonna charge people? You gonna have a last minute event? You gonna charge people? And my higher self says she gonna have a last minute event. She gonna charge people. And I'm not worried about it because either people gonna come or they don't. And I have my Saturday night to myself, period. It's a win-win either way. Either I get to do something that I want to do or I get to keep chilling on the couch like I've been doing. It's a win-win either way. And that's how we got to start looking at things. But anyways, that's not what this message is about. This message is about taking rest. This message is about pausing. This message is about the importance of learning how to pivot from our current situation. The last thing to double down is I can always tell a different financial abundance story. Bringing this what I want to harmonize with my desires. My financial success does not require hard work. I can tell a different story. What God is trying to get us to do is to pivot out of our financial situations. And so a lot of that has to do with no longer telling those stories from the past. Nobody in my family been rich. Nobody, so what? You gonna be the one? You're going to be the one. You're going to be the billionaire. You're going to be the most successful one. So you need to just start dealing with how that's going to look. Okay. Focus on how it's going to feel when I'm going to be the only motherfucker, when I'm going to be the rich auntie coming in, buying the aunties Birkin bags and shit. Like, focus on the life that you want to live, not the life that you've been living. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this message on up. I'm actually going to do something a little bit differently. I have not used these cards in a very long time. I'm going to break out my beautiful fortune cookie cards because I want to know, God, what happens if we, from this moment on, decide that we're going to harmonize with what we believe is good. We're going to tell ourselves that our success does not require hard work. What happens when we actually take that time out to rest? What type of ideations will come to our life? Or how would you plan on blessing us? Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me and the viewer's mind, God. How do you plan on blessing us? And cards are literally flying out. Angel number 2714. First thing is romance. Love is set to sizzle. The chance for romance is high for those seeking connections. Again, if you have been wanting love, I told y'all we are vibrational dating. Okay? I'm not on the internet. I watch too much true crime. I ain't on the internet. I'm dating these niggas vibrationally. God is saying, you take that time, pause. Stop, get off the fucking dating apps. Go look at these videos. Get your ass off the dating app. Take that time, love on yourself, start having fun again, start getting excited about yourself. Bam, love come to you. Stop focusing on the hoes winning. Stop focusing on, get your ass off the internet. Stop arguing with these people that don't know what the fuck they doing with their life and focus on yourself. Friendship, a friend needs your help. Your kindness and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. You want friends. We was talking about that in another video. You want to bring your tribe in. This is how you do it. Stop focusing on the people in the past. Stop focusing on the people who let you down. Instead, focus on the people who love you. Focus on the people who need you. Focus on the people who appreciate the person that you are. Other people will come in your life. And the last and final thing is opportunities. God damn! I can't make this up. An important offer will be made. Be prepared to dress to impress. Again, God is saying your blessing is not here only because of the way that you think about it. Is your blessing here or is it coming? Is it coming or is it already here? You got to make up your mind and decide. Last but not least, twists and turns. Carefully made plans can be thrown out the window as major chances and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest to cope with the upheaval. Baby. Doubling down that you need to get rest. And I was telling somebody, I did a paid reading last last Friday. And I want you to realize a lot of people don't like taking rest because they feel like they need to go, go, go. But the way that God was showing me in my mind is that when you take rest, it's like literally pulling that slingshot back, and then you're going to launch towards your desire. So what God is saying is that while you're taking this time to rest and have, to rest, have fun, not take life so seriously, but then still focusing on what you want. Like, this is the thing. You're always going to have desires. That's why we're harmonizing with our desires. You're always going to be in this place of where you're focusing on what you love. But when you're taking that time to not stress about the things that you can't control, what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing more and more opportunities come into your life. So don't even worry if these little plans start messing up. I say all the time, when you start asking God to change my life, don't be surprised when shit really start getting changed. Okay? All right, y'all. Item number 3005. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? If you made it to the end of this message, please give me your key takeaway. If something may have touched you, if you want me to clarify anything, please put that in the description box below. We love having conversations over here. Until we meet again, dream again. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Mwah. I love you so much. Thank you for making it to the end, and I shall see you again. Bye, friend.